10, you're listening to Mark on Breakfast, and it's time for another Make a Difference. The Haslemere Food Bank has a huge heart, and they're rightly proud of their work there. Now they're going green to eliminate the use of plastic bags and are looking for people to sew reusable fabric bags for them to use. So therefore, this morning, it's a bit of a shout out for those of you who might be handy with a sewing machine to get in touch. Let's talk then to Anya Hall, who is a volunteer at Haslemere Food Bank and joins me now. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mark.
Let's start, if we can, with a little bit about the history of the Haslemere Food Bank, and I guess you've been kept fairly busy.
Yes, we set up in 2013 and very much were well below the radar in the community, just supporting a handful of families. But due to the pandemic, I would say that our demand has increased fivefold. And many families are struggling, either through job losses or furlough or, people in work perhaps just not quite earning enough to survive. So we support them through referral from various agencies. So we're very busy at the moment and entirely volunteer run.
And I guess because of COVID-19, there isn't perhaps necessarily a typical user of the food bank in the sense that COVID, sadly, has affected so many people of so many different backgrounds, incomes and so on.
That's absolutely right. We have so many different user types coming to the food bank. We could have an individual who maybe has had a very large bill come in and that's been the element that tipped them over the edge. Or it could be a family where both parents have lost their jobs due to the pandemic. So we have a real range in the food bank and, we're just here to help at a very difficult time in the community.
And Anya, what got you involved in the first place?
I've been a volunteer there now for nearly 3 years, and I suppose it's just in my DNA to want to help people. So I just used to volunteer once every month. And then I've increased the hours that I do there just because the demand increased and I'm in a position to be able to help. And it's just a really nice thing to do in the community.
And let's talk about the carrier bags because at the moment, the food bank uses a lot of carrier bags.
We do. We use an awful lot of carrier bags. We think we use around 180 a week. With the food parcels that we give out to people. And so that's over 9,000 plastic bags a year. It's really too many.
OK, what can we do about it?
So, what we're doing is a lady, Jo McAvoy, who is the founder of an organisation called Green Earth Plan. She approached our food bank and they just want to change the world for the better, doing small, simple things one day at a time. And they want to try and share ideas for sustainable living. So they contacted us to partner with them and bring to life sustainable ideas like this cloth bag campaign. We all know that single-use plastic creates litter and it takes hundreds of years to decompose. So this idea is so simple. If we have less plastic waste, we have less material like this going to landfill.
And what about the making of the carrier bags? Because the idea isn't to buy new material, it's to use old material.
Absolutely. So if you've got any old material hanging around in your house, then we would like you to either try and use our pattern to make some bags that you could donate to the food bank, or if you have old materials that you could donate to us, and then we can hand on to over 40 people who've come forward who said that they will help us to sew the bags.
Excellent. And how can people get involved?
So people can get involved. They can get in touch with us a number of ways. So using a web search, you can find us on Facebook, on Twitter. We have a website, haslemerefoodbank.com, and they can get in touch with us. And then we can provide the pattern for them to make up the bags. And we can deliver material to them, or if they have the spare material, we can collect it as well.
And even better, we've got the pattern here. So if people can't get in touch with you directly, but they call us, we are very happy to pass that on. How about that?